Greetings and welcome to the Shakeout or Fakeout channel on Coin. In any case, this is the main query that I believe everyone is thinking about today. Hold on tight, and is now a good time to buy more cryptocurrency? Guys, I wanted to go over some numbers that we have here. Many of you are probably asking what in the world is going on with the cryptocurrency market. I am aware that I have been receiving curious texts from folks in my actual life. Oh my God, what should I do now? Moment in the game. The Wolf of All Streets is observing this as well. All right. $2 billion was liquidated in a day. According to him, that is a record that surpasses both the FTX crash and the beer flu dump. Lansdowne here is saying $2 billion so far, and this is awesome. Will there be more than that? As of when I'm filming this video, this was posted on February 3rd at roughly 6:30 a.m., so it was very fresh. Guys, let's not forget that this is common in the cryptocurrency world. I have the daily overall market capitalization posted here. The Wolf of All Streets did bring up this significant liquidation event that occurred in 2020. Naturally, this was the beer flu outbreak, during which time all markets closed and there was widespread fear. Crypto also took a plunge at this time. And at that time, we did observe a roughly 50% decline in the market. But folks, take a look at what transpired immediately after that. All right, we essentially just surged. The remainder of 2020 was thrown out by the cryptocurrency market. That concluded 2020. The parabola then shifted to the upside by 2021. Naturally, there was a downturn and a retracement, followed by the bear market. However, following this significant black swan incident, we did witness a positive shift. Let's now examine the fall of FTX. It was in and around 2. That was where? That was in 2022. That was in the vicinity of here. Let's remove some of the other items from the chart. In November 2022, the FTX collapse occurred in the vicinity of this location. For crypto, that was also a significant occasion. And around that time, we did observe a drop of about 25 and 26%. Another significant liquidation event then. According to the Wolf of All Streets, $2 billion were liquidated from the market in a single day. Here, he is providing us with a number. Keep in mind that the market wasn't as valuable at the time as it is now. What does the liquidation event today represent, guys? Okay, so let's get started. The market has essentially been dumping for the past 3 days. We are only down roughly 18.5% if we start at the bottom, and we have now actually recovered upward, thus only dropped roughly 13%. What does this mean then? Do we need to panic? Is now a good time to purchase further cryptocurrency? This might be the largest we've ever seen, though. You know, until the market starts to rip, it might actually be the largest one we see. $2.07 billion was ruined in 24 hours. Longs currently stand at $1.79 billion. However, $282,640,000 is short. Sir, if you would like to know where to find these facts? Gala Chad says that he posted a link for anybody who are curious about how to follow these liquidations. If you're interested in those kinds of metrics and would like to follow along, I'll include a link to this in the video's description. And Tony Edwards warned us that this was going to happen, so should we have known all along? Inverse Kramer is always successful. This was said by Jim Cramer on January 28th. Take a listen. My first tactic is to say, okay, look, if you want to own Bitcoin, then do it. You ought to possess Bitcoin just like I do. Adding Bitcoin to your portfolio is a smart idea. You ought to possess Bitcoin just like I do. Adding Bitcoin to your portfolio is a fantastic idea. That was January 28th as it turned out. It turned out to be January 28th. Let's check the chart to see where that was. In and around here, when Bitcoin was trading at about $1,000 per coin, and that's exactly what happened. It's down 7.6% since that Jim Cramer airing. Again, it's not that much, but it could be much worse in the big picture. I wanted to thank Tony Edward, the Inverse Kramer indicator, who is clearly the blockchain backer of the Wolf of All Streets, and Allison Kershaw for posting those. Thus, compared to the previous few months, this now appears to be extremely different. On the Fear and Greed Index, fear is currently at 39. Here, Bitcoin's dominance has increased by a few percentage points to 61.55%, but listen to the volume, boys. The volume is 9.89 lower. There, it simply changed to 9.51. The market capitalization is also down 11%. However, we are still clinging to that $3 trillion. Therefore, Ethereum is down 17.66% if you look at the coins that have been bleeding out. Although all of the altcoins essentially just crashed, Bitcoin isn't really down all that much. XRP's down more than 20%, and the reason we're witnessing a lot of that money leaving XRP over the past day is because it has been one of the best performers over the past several months. Thus, the BNB coin is down 14.8, and Lambda is down 4.5. Dogecoin was down in the 20s and 21st, slightly over 21%. Cardano has dropped more than 24%. It appears like there is a recurring pattern here. Many of these altcoins are down more than 20% each in the 20s. People are being destroyed. For what reason is this the case? I am aware that some of you are curious. As markets are shook by Trump's trade war, Nasdaq futures fall 2.7%, and as traders brace for a wild week, linked to the three main U.S. stock exchanges are all down. We got to see what happens when the market opens on Monday morning, so if you're viewing this video as I'm releasing it, it's still early in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Following U.S. President Donald Trump's recent announcement of trade duties on China, Mexico, and Canada, U.S. stock market futures fell precipitously, and over the course of the last day, about $500 billion left cryptocurrency markets. Guys, since this is the big picture, we also need to monitor the other markets. One more flash crash, panic selling is what this is. We do need to be on our guard most of the time. As they say, on February 3rd, Nasdaq 100 futures fell nearly 2.7% according to FinViz. Other U.S. equities futures, meanwhile, began lower, with a 3.2% decline in the Russell 2000 small-cap U.S. stock market index. Futures linked to the Dow Jones Industrial Average were down about 1.5%, while the S&P 500 was down 2%. As a result, Monday morning is going to see a lot of red in markets, or proposed red in markets. President Donald Trump's announcement that tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico would be implemented on February 1st sparked a sell-off in U.S. stock futures. Additionally, we had a little buffer over the weekend because February 1st fell on a Saturday. The rumors of the tariff war were, in a sense, causing the market to move downward and then rise again, but by Sunday and Monday, the markets had entirely changed course. Guys, this is the reason why panic selling is happening right now. This is a quotation. The trade war must be substantially and structurally repriced by the market. The head of FX research at Deutsche Bank stated that the trade or risk premium was around 3 times greater than anticipated due to the announcements made over the weekend. Markets may now need to take the remainder of Trump's tariff program literally rather than merely seriously, said Tobin Marcus, research head of U.S. policy and politics at Rolfe. Markets may have a difficult Monday if this new level of seriousness is abruptly priced in, and the cryptocurrency market is no exception. So how do you guys feel about your portfolio right now? I hope you haven't been very anxious. Let's examine Bitcoin's supremacy, as that's typically what we observe at the conclusion of cycles. It just went up straight. The dominance of Bitcoin really declines towards the conclusion of cycles. In general, altcoins are gaining a significant portion of that market share. Therefore, the dominance of Bitcoin is actually having the opposite effect. Thus, Bitcoin's dominance is back at number 62. Remember that it's only February 2025.